Hi, my name is Jerry Wise. I'm a relationship expert. I'm the director of the Center for Self-differentiation. I do individual marital coaching. And this video is entitled, Love is a Hard Choice. Stop waiting on the feelings or on behavioral change. So Jerry, what do you mean by saying love is a hard choice and stop waiting on feelings or behavior changes? So you just want me to be a doormat to my spouse, expecting nothing from myself, and just accept my spouse with all of his bad behaviors or her bad behaviors? No, that is not what this video is about. This video is about you and how it affects your marriage. This is, again, about you and what you are called to do as an adult and being an adult. I've been working with couples since 1979. They often come in both sitting in each of their corners of the fighting ring, ready to come out and fight when the bell rings. They once felt a love for each other. They once had positive regard and respect for each other, though there's a few that never did, even from the start. So now they are waiting for those feelings to change back to the way they were and the way that is to happen. And the way they believe that is to happen is to have their spouse become the man or the woman they were back when they felt those feelings long ago. Now they are resentful, angry, stressed, hurt, and they're hurt that their spouse doesn't change, and they fight often. They are not on the same page with the kids, money, future, sex, in-laws, most everything is kind of all twisted around now. So now all those positive regards and love feelings are all drained right out the back heel. So what do I mean by love is a choice? I mean just that. It is a choice. What typically happens is that both spouses have stopped choosing to love or have positive regard for their spouse, and are now in a state of holding their spouse hostage with the ransom of their love and positive regard. What I mean is, when you change, you'll get my positive regard and love back, or you'll get it. But you have to change first, and I'm going to hold you hostage. You change, and I will love you. The quid pro quo, stalemate. That means something for something. This for that. Quid pro quo. Now what happens, do you think? Neither give. Both starve emotionally. Remember, in a marriage, and I'll share this again later, no matter who wins or who loses, both will share the outcome equally because they share emotional fields. So in a marriage, there's no winner or losers. There's just the emotional field that gets impacted. Even when someone wins and someone loses, even the winner shares in the loss. And even the loser shares in the win. Because that's the paradoxical nature of intimate relationships and a family systems way of looking at couples. Love and positive regard is a choice. Means this: you don't owe me anything. It is a gift. You need do nothing for it. That's what adults do. Well, isn't that just codependency, Jerry? Aren't I just letting them off the hook? No, the hook is your codependency. The quid pro quo is the codependency. I'm not saying in very toxic relationships you should endure physical or emotional abuse with no consequences, etc. Focus on your job in the marriage, not on their job in the marriage. Your job is to choose positive regard for your spouse. Their job is to choose positive regard for you. But it's not your job to make their job happen, or fix them not doing it. Now, that's not good news, because a lot of couples operate that way. Being responsible as an adult does not mean a quid pro quo life. We have a full range of choices as adults. You can change them. You can't change them. You only have a full range of choices for what you can do. Create your own love and positive regard, not dependent on them changing. In Jenny Brown's book, Growing Yourself Up, which I do recommend, a great book, she cites two or three of the primary fantasies. I think I might have added one. Two of the primary fantasies and illusions couples often have in hurting marriages, and often in all marriages. One is the mind-reading delusion. They should be able to read my mind, and I can read theirs. Or I know what they're thinking, I know what their motives are, and they should know what I need and what my love needs are, and they should be fulfilling them. And if they don't, then I'm going to lower my positive regard and love for them, because they should be doing this. I've told them and told them and told them. Second, the changing the other person fantasy. I know I can show them how they are wrong and how they need to change, because I know I can see them objectively and clearly. So I know exactly what my spouse needs to do to change, and I know what they need to change. Thirdly, the kids over marriage trap, where we choose kids and child rearing over our marriage. And that creates a lot of lower positive regard for our spouse and lower love when we overfocus on the kids and leave the marriage in the dust in the back. Forgetting grown-up parents help grow up children. So that's why I urge parents to grow up so that their kids will grow up. That's how kids grow up, is when parents grow up. We stay in these traps, then our love and positive regard for our spouses tends to decrease until we don't feel that love anymore. Then we believe the myth that if they would only change, this love and regard would all come back. And we tend to choose villainizing them, over love or respect in marriage. When things get bad, anxiety goes up, tensions rise, stress increases, then our positive regard goes down, and love goes down, and then we wait on the change. When actually more contact with our spouse tends to get us unstuck. Like the Chinese finger cuffs. I don't know, I actually have some and forgot to grab them. Do you remember the childhood toy, and there's kind of braided bamboo kind of things, and you stick your finger in, and when you pull this way it becomes tighter, but of course you're wanting to get out. So as you pull this way, it just tightens the fabric of the bamboo. And the way to get out is you have to push this way to get out. Marriages are the same way. They're covered in a Chinese finger cuffs. You have to go that way to self-differentiate. We have to move in closer. And that's why I talk to couples about choosing love and positive regard, and how that can have a positive effect on the emotional field, which causes more healthy separation between the two so that positive feelings can grow more. To choose this love, we have to stop dumping all of our neediness, unmet childhood needs on our spouse, who can't meet those dependency needs anyway. They've never been able to meet those. Doesn't mean spouses can't provide affection, companionship, love, things like that. Marriages do. But marriages can't meet dependency needs, which are needs from childhood that have not been met. And remember, no matter who wins or who loses, you both share in the same outcome. You do share emotional fields, and our tensions, our lack of love, regard, respect, and caring ripples through their emotional fields and back through yours. So how do we accomplish doing something that we don't feel? Which is, I'm kind of saying, do something that you don't feel like doing. Well, there's a lot of things in life we do that we don't feel like doing. Getting up, going to work, sometimes taking care of the kids, sometimes driving the kids someplace. There's lots of things we do that we don't feel like doing. But when it comes to our marriage, we go, nope, we got to feel like it. The feelings have got to be there first. No. Remember, feelings aren't facts. Feelings are feelings. We don't want to... Feelings are important. Healing feelings, resolving feelings, being aware of feeling, unfreezing feelings are all healthy. But just remember, we don't want to be adults who are feeling focused, because feelings are very fickle things and they don't guide. That's not where I think the guidance comes for us as adults. Focus on you. Focus on your adult responsibility for being who you want to be and who you want them to be like. Be who you want them to be like. And that's not easy to do. We're waiting on them to be who we want them to be like, and then we'll be nicer or we'll feel more positive regard. I encourage people to use their spirituality, their faith, forgiveness, which is very important. Understand your struggle. You're battling what was norm in your family of origin. Find somebody who can help you understand that. Remember, you're not doing this for your spouse. You are doing this for you. To be connected to your real self, your adult self. Just like when I help people to learn to forgive others, you're not forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for you. It's a self-care to forgive someone. Me holding back forgiveness poisons me, not them. Resist the enmeshment. And resist the enmeshment of, I'm not choosing to love you because ... That keeps the enmeshment and fusion way too high. That keeps you way too connected to your spouse in an unhealthy way. Read Growing Yourself Up by Jenny Brown. Don't change to hope they will change. And remember, what's your alternative? The only problem is the alternative is the status quo. That's the alternative. You could stay in the status quo if you want, and you can keep the argument and the tension going, and you can wait. You can wait years. People do. Remember, someone has to change the emotional field, their emotional field, before the system's emotional field can change. You want your marriage to change? Change you. If it doesn't change, let's say, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes spouses don't respond. Even after you have changed, don't choose to return to the I don't love you immaturity. Look at grown-up options that fit your age and adulthood. Counseling, pastoral advice, separation with boundaries, permanent separation, interventions with other people, maybe family members. If you are interested in learning how to make the hard choice of choosing love, when it's not easy to do and when we don't feel it, I hope that you'll contact me. I put contact information on the screen for you to contact me. If you'd like a listing of resources in this area of growing up, email me and I'll send you a listing. If you'd like help with changing your emotional field and how it impacts others, give me a call or email me. I see clients in the office. I see them online. I have international clients. I want to thank you very much for watching today, and I hope you have a great day.